Well, good morning. It's I think it's day 8. Pretty sure. It was a really bizarre night. It just started, so about 7:05 when I left. Trail junction, should be nothing up here. It's super warm last night. Put all my clothes on and start taking them off. And I slowly start putting them back on again. And hardly, but not all of them until it was really late. And all of a sudden, whoa, it got cold again. So it was pretty bizarre. So, and at some point in the middle of the night, I don't know exactly when it was, probably a lot later than I thought though, because it was dark, couldn't tell. And my stomach started gurgling. Yeah. Well, enough said. That's why it's 7:05, which is remarkable actually. And I took an Imodium and watered up really good. You know, electrolytes, all that kind of stuff. So that tiredness I've been feeling, I'm sure is not just because of backpacking. So, but you know, I feel really good right now, really strong, which is good because I'm going to need it for the uphill right here. Yes, there's not much else to say about that. So I'm at my trail junction right here, it looks like. Granite Trail. I'm going to check the GPS, but that's where I'm at right now. Looks like I have about 6 miles of up and down. And I think it's about, what did I say yesterday? About 3,500 feet, something ridiculous like that. So, but I feel really good. I got a lot of water with me. All that my pack is just, now I have like a day and a half of food, which is, my pack has got to be like 15 pounds, something like that. So it's incredibly light right now. It feels super good. So, all right, so the journey continues. So I verified I'm on the right trail. I've already started up here a few minutes. And, geez. There's little twigs all over the trail and stuff. I don't think this is a highly traveled trail, so I might be in for some more interesting hiking today. But it is called the Granite Trail, and that's in large part because I'm going to be hiking, I think, pretty high up here, which is great, and that kind of opens things up. But looks like a beautiful trail though, as long as I'm not bushwhacking, I'll be happy. Yeah, but look at it, there's like pine needles and stuff on this trail. Dang. Well, you get what you ask for, usually. So this trail right now, at least initially, is pretty much going straight up. It'd be hard to go down. Well, I just noticed, I mean, I don't know, it seems like a pretty recent burn. I mean, it's like shiny coals. Pretty scary looking. Yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah, I know it's really hard to tell the steepness when you're videoing, but yeah, trust me, man, this feels like I'm just going up a stair step right here. All right, I'm gonna focus on hiking here. Well, I don't know how close I am. The sun's starting to peek through, which I kind of hope it doesn't, because it'll be a whole different ball game if that sun starts shining on me. But you know, I was thinking as I was climbing up here, I remember a time when I don't know what pass it was, but it was in the Sierras, and I was actually in a car. I was passing over from the western side of the Sierras to the east, and there was a high, good-sized alpine lake up there. We were above the tree line, and as I was driving up to it, and going over the edge or back down, I remember thinking that, you know, this isn't right. Like, I shouldn't be seeing this. It's like too intimate. It's like, it's so beautiful, and all I did was get in a car and drive over it. There was no work involved, no pain involved, no sacrifice. I just got in the car, put some gas in, and went. And so I thought about this because when I get to the top of this, the view on the other side of the canyon is going to be full of granite. That's probably why it's called the Granite Trail, not the Brimstone Trail. But it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be super beautiful. I just know it is. And it's like, you guys are going to get to see this video, not just photographs. You're going to get a really nice video probably. And it really did nothing. You know, I'm paying the price. I'm sacrificing. I'm the one that woke up with a gurgling stomach. I'm the one who's hiking up 3,500 feet. But how can I explain to anybody the whole journey, the beauty of it all, the sacrifice and the rewards, unless I can show you and you can kind of get a taste of the experience? I think it comes down to, it's like a relationship. I want you to know me, and I want you to know what I'm experiencing. I want you to kind of participate in some of the beauty. Like a little stream right here. So, while it's like completely undeserved, you guys are gonna get a totally awesome picture, and I really want to share it with you. And I want you to just look at it and say, wow, that is just beautiful. And then I can say the same thing with you, like again and again, because it's recorded. And that's pretty cool. So I'm at the part of the trail now where it's leveling off for a little bit. And I know I'm not at the top, but this is part of the view. And I wish the trees weren't blocking it because it's pretty awesome out there. I hiked down there somewhere yesterday. And I may have a better view, but I'm afraid that when I turn the corner though, we're gonna miss what's up the canyon. So that's why I'm taking this now. See, the sun is behind the tree here. And it's starting to get a little warmer, so I'm gonna change my clothes, water up. All right, so I just took a little break and changed out my clothes, took my tights off, or my leggings, which is a major ordeal because you got to take your shoes off to do that. So I hate to do it, but the air is still really cold. But I'm now I'm in and out in the sun, and I could pop into the full sun any minute, and then it's just gonna be, you know, blaring hot. So, and I just have my sun hoodie on. I put everything else in the back. In fact, I better actually have got to check, make sure I have everything. So that was the first major hike up. I went about 1.5 miles, and or 2 miles, and I think about 1.5 miles of generally just kind of cruising on this kind of line up high. And then I'll actually start going up again, but not at the intensity that I just did, which was felt really intense. Okay, and hopefully I'll get some really good epic views for you guys. Like I said before, I'd like to share that with you. It's really cool. So there's a little bit of gurgling going on, but I haven't had breakfast really. So I'm gonna have a bar, so I'm hoping that's just what that's about. Probably a little optimistic on my part, but I think I'm gonna be fine. That's my bar. They're birch trees. Either that or alder. It's beautiful right here, kind of in a high, pretty slopey meadow. Just like before, in and out, in the forest, out to the meadow. And as I walk, we get better and better views. So I'm just walked through another one of these meadows, but you see, look at that. It's kind of pressed down, and you'll see a number of this pressed down areas, like right here, and like right there. Now, I'm no tracker, but I saw what I thought they had to be massive deer or elk tracks come the whole way up. Just, they were big. And so then right after my break, I came across big, steamy, we're talking glistening pile of elk poop, thankfully on the side of the trail. And then like 10 feet later, right on the trail, literally 10 feet, practically a puddle, it's gotta be elk pee right on the trail. I mean, that's no way a person did that. I don't know any other animal that could do that. So this place must be crawling with elk, and I bet you they just love these meadows. In fact, that particular meadow, when I walked through it, smelled like hay. And it was just, oh, it smelled really good. So gosh, they're all around here. I haven't kicked any up though, but I've been doing a couple, hay bears along the way here, just so I don't scare anything. I did kick up one of those big chicken type things, grouse or whatever it is. Scared the bejeebies out of me because they wait till the last second and they fly out up in front of you like pheasants. So, wow. With this stark contrast, I'm going into a big burn right here. I'm taking a turn to my left, and I'm on a ridge. There's a canyon below me to my right, and I don't know if I'm going up here or not, but I mean, That's really pretty up there. So I suspect I'll get another view in just a few minutes because I got a feeling I have some more to hike up here. That's actually significantly, it's like a 45 up there. I think I'm gonna cut off of that, but. So I just checked the GPS, and it looks like I'm gonna kind of hang to the inside of that bowl that I just showed you, and I'll be climbing the whole time, but not straight up. Yeah, so here's kind of the bowl. I'm gonna hang to the left as we go up it, and then somewhere I'm gonna exit this thing. I'm gonna squeeze between a couple mountaintops. Now I don't know which one, but it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be pretty glorious. So I'm just about 100 feet from where I was before, but I don't know if you can see this, but there's definitely a level of smoke in the valleys right there on both. The one like right here, and then the one more like right here. It's like an inversion layer. Now I can definitely smell some smoke. It's not just because of the burn. So my question now from a safety perspective is, since I've been back here for, this is the 5th day, so, and no internet, so I really have no idea what's going on around me. So what I do is I look for big plumes, like clouds, right? And if you saw the Tahoe Rim Trail trip, you know what I'm talking about, right? Big plumes, and they're scary looking plumes, right? Well, there are no plumes. And what's happened the last couple days is it gets a little smoky in the valleys like that. And then as the days go on, the wind shifts and it just goes away. And so I feel pretty good about that. I'm not concerned about it, but I'm not gonna be ignorant and just completely ignore it. I'm gonna think about it. So I'm taking my little breakfast break. I'm actually gonna have some oatmeal this morning, and I've saved this epic beef bar. I mean, I've packed this for a lot of miles for today. 10 days I've carried that, I think. It better be really good. Hey, to continue on the fire conversation, the other thing that I listened for, and I heard an airplane. That's what made me think of it. Usually when there's a fire that's in the area, it could be far, far away, but there's definitely, you'll be helicopters, or there'll be airplanes flying around, and weirdly patterns kind of a thing, and you'll know that there's something going on there. And it's been completely silent. So that's another signal to me that, you know, that everything is okay. Woo. Getting up there. Getting up there. I don't know if you can see this, but there's still ash on the ground right here. And then you hit this field with these super wet, like green things, and the fire just stops. Just stops. At least in this one section. But these trees didn't do too good. They didn't make it. Well, this is part of the trail. Just hiking this little gully thing here. It sucks. But I gotta get out and I turn and go over here, but sometimes that's just the way it is. So the view's starting to come in to focus here. Although it's definitely hazy or smoky. Starting to get a glimpse of what I'm gonna be hiking into. I don't know if I'm going to go over that or something up here around the corner. I really don't know. But it's the trail I need to go up, and it might look flat, but man, it's not. According to my watch, I'm about 7,800 feet. Usually it's a couple hundred feet off, so I could be about 800. I thought I needed to go to like 8.2 or 8.4. So, not sure. I suspect the Wallowas are withholding another mystery from me right now. No, I'm not there yet. There's some seed things that I might not get to see again. Now, I am looking way high above me right now. Okay, it's got to be a 45 at least. And that resulted in this big boulder field that I just walked down. Man, it just leveled out. Big breeze when I got here. So that's the trail right there. So I'm not done, which makes sense according to the GPS or the map. I checked the map and all that. Man, I just had no idea these mountains were that big though. So I'm really close to the top. I'm afraid I'm going to lose this view, so I'm going to get a shot of it. My GPS and my Garmin watch says I'm about 88,200 feet, and usually it's about 200 feet below. Either that or I'm hiking so slow it catches up to me, which I think is what's happening. Well, this looks very much like what the top of a pass should look like, in my opinion. So not much on the other side yet. But if we look back, again, we get that amazing view. Lake on. Woo! Woo, 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 woo! Getting better by the minute. Woo! There's more. Look at that. Wow. You. Say you. Woohoo! Just coming over the top here. And I mean, I don't want to make any big predictions because I'm probably 50-50 right. But I think that could be the Lostine Canyon. And if it is, that canyon is what I drop into, which leads to the Tupan Campground trailhead, which is where my car is parked. And hopefully unmessed with, waiting for me to drive home to the comforts of civilization, which I'm actually really looking forward to. So I just came to, this is actually a trail junction. Sign's probably been blown to smithereens. Maybe it's on the ground somewhere. No. Well, if you go to the left, you go to Steamboat Lake, which is somewhere maybe down there, I'm not sure. And from the pictures I've seen of it, it's just incredibly beautiful. I don't think that's Lostine Canyon. My canyon is going to be over here a little further and then down to the left, which means I go this way and go up here. So, hike on, still up high, and for hopefully some good reason, I'm still climbing. I'm up about 2,500 feet right now, so I'm not going much higher. Couple things. Look how smooth the little ridge line is right there. Love that. And down the canyon, you got some water. Now, I don't know what lake that is. I didn't care enough to actually look. So I did check what that lake is, and that is Swamp Lake. So taking that other, going to the left, the trail junction would have brought me down here, and then down in that valley a little further would have been Steamboat Lake. Now, you remember that third loop, right? With the third loop, I'm pretty sure this is not the range, but it would have been similar, where a huge part of the trip was like a 11, 12 mile trek where I would just go along the ridge line. Like, you can kind of see it on this one, just all the way along. Boom, 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 boom. And then I would drop down like literally 3,000 feet to where there's water. But maybe that'll be next year. So I just hiked out the trail just a little bit, because I'm going to start dropping down. I can see the trail directly below me. But what's really neat about this is you can see, drop my poles. You can recognize, or I recognize now some of these. That is the Eagle Cap. That's what, that right, where is it? Right, that's where people were actually hiking up to. If you remember that. So it looks pretty far away. And this guy, I think this guy right here, that's that big white, just comes out of the ground, gnarly looking peak. We've seen that a couple times. And then this is just that flat area I saw before. So I think I might get to hike through that. That'd be pretty cool if I do. But I can see the trail below me, like right here. So that's my way down. So this probably means that the canyon, like right there, it's either this one or the one behind it that joins behind that. That's probably Lostine Canyon, and you take that down to the cars. Because I know I'm not hiking up over. This is the highest I'm going to be. I'm at like 8,600 right now. And so from this point on, it's going to be pretty much downhill. No big uphills. That's that close-up weight stuff. Real technical, I know. I'm just finishing up my epic beef bar, which tastes really good. But I'd really like a bunch of water, but I'm almost out of water. I have like one more, a couple mouthfuls. But I know just below me is a stream, or at least according to the map. I do have about a quarter of a liter, though, of water that I'm reserving for, quote, medical emergencies, in case I need to use that. So I'm not that desperate yet to start drinking that water. Whew, there's Eagle Cap again in the background. Just love hiking in this terrain. I mean, I just hike on this stuff up high like this, like all day. I mean, I just love it. Trail, just cruise. I just cruise Scenery is incredible. But usually to hike like this, you got to pay a pretty stiff price. I just came down from the trail here, and as expected, here's the creek, and there's a nice little pool right here. So it was really easy to fill up my water bottles, get everything all refreshed and cleaned up. And so I guess that watershed has enough snow and holds enough water to keep this creek going pretty much year round. Well, back on the trail after I wouldn't say a lunch, a little break. It's 12:30 right now, and we're on elevation at 8,300 right now. So I've already dropped like 300 feet, something like that. So I got quite a bit. Oh, I don't know, at least at 1,000 something to drop. So I have just about 2.5 miles, I think, to the campsite. And 2.5 to 3 maybe, I just forget now. And you might be wondering, well, hey, why don't you just hike it on out? And it is only 3 miles from the proposed campsite for tonight to where the car is at. There's a couple challenges though. If I decided to go to the car, I need to go to the car because it's a pretty steep descent, and there's probably no comfortable place to actually camp. So, and I'm not going to drive home tonight. That would be ridiculous. It probably wouldn't be safe. So I could stay at the campground there, thinking, well, I don't know, and not that's going to be super warm there, because I remember when I first hiked, when I left there, almost 10 days ago now, it was cold when I started, and that was in the afternoon. So there's no guarantee it's going to be warmer down there than where I'm going to camp tonight. So I'm going to stick with my plan. When I get to that nice meadow, a few miles away, I'm going to find a nice spot. I'm just going to chill out for the rest of the afternoon, which will be really good because I always have some really good times. When I'm not just killing it on the trail. It's tough to be reflective in some ways, some other ways not, but in some ways when I'm actually not pushing hard on the trail. So I'm gonna relax, going downhill. My right knee on the outside is a little sore. Okay, it is a little sore. I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. Other than that, I'm feeling actually exceptionally well today. So I'm really excited about that. And one of the things that I think about on the trail, and I try not to think about, is, what happens if I drop my phone? Or related to that is, what if I lose all the video that I've taken? I mean, geez. Yeah, that would be extreme. I don't even want to think about that, okay? For every kind of reason you can think of too. And because I have AT&T, every town I've gone to resupply in, the cell strength has just sucked so bad I could not even upload files. Verizon, yeah, that may be better, but these were video files. I got a lot of them, so I don't know how they're going to feel about me uploading 3 gig of files or something like that. They're probably going to throttle me down. It's going to take forever. So I was thinking, I wonder if there's some kind of device that's like Bluetooth I can carry with me in my pack, and I can then copy my video files too. And then if, seriously, God forbid that I dropped the phone and it broke, or whatever, I would have the files at least at that point on the drive. So I want to be looking for something like that when I get home. Maybe I'll find something that's ultra light, and that'll really relieve a lot of the pressure, because it really makes no difference whether I'm hiking alone or with Gabrielle or another group of people. It's still the same issue. So it's something I really, really want to figure out. I tell you, all the smoke was blown away. So I wish it was blown away when I took those other videos, but it is what it is. So I'm hiking down through this valley and then over the side somewhere. Well, so I've been wondering that, and you've probably been thinking this after watching, or if you watched my segment on butt health yesterday, and then you heard about my intestinal episode this morning, and just the way I've been feeling hunger-wise and all that, if there's some connection. Well, I've been thinking a lot about that myself, and I don't know. So I'm going to do a couple things. One, I'm going to read up best I can on bidet use from an ultralight perspective or mindset, which is really difficult to do sometimes. The other thing is, when I put I have that Jiffy can or empty Jiffy jar. I use that I put my coffee in there, electrolytes go in there, my tuna and chicken go in there for lunch. Like everything goes in there. And when I'm done, I just swish it around with water and I call it good. That's all I ever do. I do this at home, same kind of thing. At the home, I use warm water. Now, I've done that now for last year and this year, no problems. But this year, I distinctly remember, and I don't know if it was tuna or chicken, but it was so cold outside during lunch that some of the fat did not wash away. The water was too cold. I'm like, so I just washed it an extra time and called it good. So I'm wondering, maybe that has something to do with this. So I don't know, but I got it from something, and I'm not sure what it is, and I'm trying to figure it out. But it might just be a mystery. Oh yeah, I want to add to that. The other thing, like yesterday when I was taking my nap next to the lake, and I was just laying on the ground. Well, I was looking around me, which you do when you lay on the ground, and I come to find out there's a bunch of horse poop to the left of me. There's actually some dog poop. Now it's pretty old and decrodiated and stuff, but it's still dog poop. It's just sitting there on the grass. So the dog thing is going to become increasingly an issue, I'm sure. Horse poop's been around forever, packing, and that doesn't seem to be an issue. But the fact is, though, you're around, feces a lot. So that could have been an issue, too. Something to think about. But just for a little while. And one thing I haven't commented on yet was, yesterday, when I was in the forest, but before I dropped down, right? And if you remember, I was looking across the canyon, and I saw this trail that was like just skirting kind of the edge of the canyon, and it looked like a grassy, meadowy kind of, slope. The kind of trails I love. And so I mentioned, I said, oh, good, that's where we're going to cross over into. It's heading down the valley just where we want to go. But it turned out I was never, ever on that trail yesterday. Even when I was down in the canyon, the trail was up above me to my left. And I was like, what is going on with that? So I checked the map. Just haven't told you about it. And that's the trail that goes to like Burger Meadows and like Burger Pass. I don't think it's Barker. I think it was actually Burger. And so that trail was kind of up above me. I really wish they would have joined because I love those kind of trails. Unless it's like rainy, stormy, snowy, and that kind of stuff. But so that was my area yesterday. And so in case you're wondering about that, thought I'd better mention it. Oh, check this out. This is it never stops, does it? The beauty never stops. It just goes and goes. Well, you wouldn't believe this. I was looking, and right when I came here by that rock, I saw 3 trout fishing or just swimming around right there. I'm thinking fishing, huh? Yeah. I'll tell you, where there's clean, cool water, it's almost always fish. So it looks like I'm about ready to drop into the canyon right now. It's going to get a little steeper. And then check out that pool there, though. Ooh, if there's any fish in there. They're really small, though. I mean, they're probably 3-4 inches, something like that, but they're fish. All right, hike on. I'm dropping into a whole different ecosystem now, and getting low again, back into the trees. Got the meadow down there, all that kind of stuff. So That's pretty cool. The trail is incredibly dusty, and there's been a lot of horse activity on this. Hey, there's an elk down there. He's like right, see if I can zoom. Okay, I'm max zoomed in. I think he's like right. There's my finger, like, whoop. He's like right there. Just cruising. Okay, I'm gonna try and get closer. I was actually filming because how dusty this trail is. See the dust coming from my shoes. It's horrible, man. Okay, well, I won't do any elk woo-hoos or anything. And we'll see if I can catch the elk around the corner. There it is again. It's right, it's like right there, I think. Okay, it's behind the tree right now. I can get closer. Probably gonna see me here. There he is, right there. Okay, but eventually he's gonna hear me. Oh, it's a buck. It is a buck. A small buck. Look at that. Man, this thing is not gonna last very long. Let me catch up to it like that. It's right behind the small tree. There it is. Look at that. I think it knows something's up. Alright, so the elk has gone off into the woods there. It did not see me or hear me or smell me. That thing's gonna be dead in a couple of years, guaranteed, man. The thing, I guess he hasn't been shot at or harassed yet by people because, man, yeah, those young buckle or I don't know, it was a buck. The antlers were like in velvet. I could tell I was close enough to see that. So, wow, that's pretty good. Hope you enjoyed that. I almost missed this. I forgot to turn around when I'm leaving the valley. Wow, I was just sitting right there for, I don't know, probably 10, 15 minutes and see this cloud of dust of people coming toward me. I think, are they on horses? Like, no, just this dusty trail. There's four people. Turns out there's a dad and 3 daughters. Yeah. I said, so what are your ages? The youngest one's 20 and the oldest is like 26. They live in Seattle. He lives in the Bay Area, and one of them lives in New York. So it'll be interesting to talk to them, but they're going the opposite direction. But they've been hiking pretty good. They've been to Mirror Lake and Minim Lake. So they've been moving around. I think they said Minim Lake. It might have just been the river. I don't know. But I was like, wow, Dad. It's probably one of the happiest days of his life. Got his 3 daughters with him. And they were going to go to that, not the Steamboat Lake. What was the other one before that? Anyways, the one that I looked down on that we could actually see from the pass, that's where they're going. And right now, it's probably about 2 o'clock right now. So they're gonna need to hustle it to get there before dark, because they got to go all the way up this and all the way down, and they've already been hiking today. So I'm sure they'll make it. But it's going to be a pretty good hike for them, that's for sure. All right, so what's happening now? This is the I just came from back here, and then I'm going to drop into this canyon, which it's called the Copper Creek. Well, there's Copper Creeks down there. I don't know what they call it, but wow, let me back up. You got to check that out. Yeah. I was going to drop into Copper Creek, and that's where I'm going to camp tonight, down there somewhere. But what you're looking at through the trees, that drainage is the Lostine drainage, and that's the river that I will take a left that will lead me back to my campsite. So I don't know if I'm going to camp at the intersection of those. I think before that, actually. But that's the plan. That's what's happening. Well, I made it to the Copper Creek. Nice little waterfall right there. So I'm gonna need to cross this and look for a campsite. And it looks like right there it kind of flattens out. So I might have something just right over here, which would be fantastic. Clearly not what I came down. Maybe back there. I know, it looks nicer on the other side. So I just made it to the campsite. So I'm gonna set my tarp up right there. It's perfect for how I like to sleep. Pretty good slope. And I'll probably just like cook around here someplace. Looks really nice. It may be a little, well, the air's gonna come down the valley tonight when it's cold. So if it's coming up, then that would be a little tougher. But the way the pitch is gonna go, it ought to block the wind completely, so I should be okay. So I'm gonna go wash up and come on back and just relax a little bit, chill out. Well, I just finished washing up, and a couple with their horses, it kind of startled me. I didn't see them as they approached the water here. And I forgot to take the camera out because they were really beautiful horses. And they crossed right in front of me in the stream here. It was pretty amazing. So I got all cleaned up. I feel quite a bit refreshed, so that's really good. Feet are clean. It was one of the most dustiest trails I've ever hiked on. So it's really good to get that dust off of my legs. And I can handle some dirt, but getting a sleeping bag with dirty legs, especially when you put leggings on, that's like, I don't like that at all. So, but I'm gonna get everything set up now and get back to camp. Okay, so here is the tarp setup for tonight. It looks shockingly similar than it was the night before and the night after, because I'm discovering I can set this up really fast. I'm on a rock, so there's on this side over here, I could not tie that off or had a stake. I had to use a rock. Same thing on the far side over there. And so I make use of all the nature type stuff here. Turns out pretty good. I got the pole purposely tilted, all right? Not a mistake. And it looks really cozy in there right now. I'm really happy with that. I pulled out the middles to give me more room. It makes things look kind of stretched and weird and all that, but frankly, I really don't care right now. And let's look in from the backside. So it's nice and tall, which was really nice last night, because I was able to sit up and, when I had to change my clothes, multiple times kind of a thing, how I put them on, took them off, put them back. It was really easy because I was able to sit up. So it's not like a bivvy. So I'm going to start getting ready for dinner. I am not sure yet what I'm going to do about dinner. All right, so let's talk about the dinner situation. Okay. I didn't bring the instructions for Imodium D. I brought like 3 tablets. So I used one, and we did that, and I don't know if that helped or not, but it certainly did not hurt. So, full disclosure here, I feel something in my stomach, but I don't feel like I need to run to the bathroom, or not even close to that. But I feel good. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll tell you, I'm really glad I'm hiking out tomorrow, though, because I don't want this to turn into something really nasty. Other than that, I feel fine. I was super tired when I got into camp, but that's because I hiked up like 3,500 feet, and then down, like 1,500 feet. So of course I'm going to be tired, right? So that's really tough to differentiate, like, what's medical, gastrointestinal, what is just pure tiredness from hiking so much. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this trip, is so I can learn how my body responds to like this type of hiking, and actually how it responds when I get some kind of bug too, and how I deal with that. It's a big part of what this trip is all about. Part of it is a test, and the test is like what my body can handle, what I can handle, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe I'll talk more about that tomorrow. So I did take one more Imodium D because I do not want to wake up in the middle of the night. Okay, that's like worst case scenario for me. Getting sick on the trail, way better than in the middle of the night. So that'll give me one left, and I'll probably, based upon how I feel, if everything's great, I'll be fine. If not, then I'll probably just down the last one when I start my hike tomorrow, which should be a relatively easy hike. I think it's like 1,500 feet, 3 miles. So I mean, it's going to be down, but there'll be switchbacks and all that, but I'm going to be fine. My knee feels a lot better, actually, after I took that rest by the lake. I did take an ibuprofen, and I did not take a charcoal tablet today. I thought I'm way beyond the charcoal tablet situation right now. If I feel good tomorrow, I'll take a charcoal tablet, and I'll tell you more about charcoal tablets tomorrow. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start getting set up for dinner. And dinner, yeah. I have the red lasagna in meat sauce. So yeah, I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna see how I react to that. I mean, usually I love this stuff, so I'm gonna give it a go. If I can't just if it's not happening, then I'll just have some Fritos, and I think I'll be good. I mean, I could hike out based on Fritos, so it's not gonna be like a safety thing, anything like that. So, all right, that's it for now. The saga or the journey continues. Hey, I just want to mention another thing I discovered is that, there were a bunch of ants crawling around on this, the big rock. It's really hard to do. Like the big rock, like this whole thing, like all this right around here. Okay, there's like and they're not like red, but they're not total black either. So, but they're not messing with my stuff. So. But even if they were a little bit, what I do is I look for like anthills. Yeah, I never do a tarp on an anthill. Okay, that's crazy. And I look and see like where they're coming from, and I can't see where they're coming from. Although I did later, I was looking for rocks, came across this thing right here. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen one of those, but when they get big, they're scary and they're full of ants. So maybe they're coming from there, but there's not tons of ant activity right there. But even if there was some activity right there, what I discovered is that when the sun goes down, the insects go away. So unless they're like the fire ant kind of guys, if they're like the red ants, and they parade, then you're screwed either way. So you do not want to get near those things or disturb them. We did that once at Mink Lake a couple years ago in the Cascades, just for fun. We like kicked a log where we knew they were, and then they paraded through the middle of the camp. Stupid, right? You don't screw around with insects where they're dwelling. So anyway, so in terms of insects, there's not an issue with that. Oh, hey, this is interesting. This is the first trip ever, my entire life, that I've never heard one single mosquito. I've not seen a mosquito. I haven't heard a mosquito. But I'm telling you, the Wallowas are primed for massive, ungodly amounts of mosquitoes. There is so much dampness and water flowing through these big old mountains here that I can, if somebody tells me, oh, the Wallowas, they're just like mosquito ridden, I'd say, I understand that. But so why don't you try and go late season? You'll probably be a lot better. So yeah, isn't that weird? No mosquitoes, 0, which is fantastic, especially in a tarp. I love it. Okay, so this is the end of day 9. Tomorrow's going to be day 10. I got it posted here because I'm written down because I'm starting to forget the days, Yeah. So today was actually a really good day. It's obviously started pretty traumatically, but it's ending really well. I just finished nearly all of the red sauce lasagna, and it tasted really good. So that, so thankful. I think I'm going to be fine. But we'll find out tomorrow morning, won't we? So, yeah, I'll kind of let you know about that. I'm sorry, I don't want to be disgusting or offensive to anybody. But so let's see. So today was a weird kind of day, right? So I started about 5,000, hiked up to about 8.4 thousand, or actually it was higher than that, wasn't it? I forgot what it was. I mentioned it up there, but it was right around 8.4. And so that was what's that? A 3.4. Almost 3,500 ascent. Now, I don't remember ever doing that in my life before. So just doing that, especially the condition I was in, for me, that was a massive accomplishment. And to top it off, you know, one of the big deals of the day was not only just like thriving going up that 3,500. I mean, I was thriving doing that. Was what I call like walking on the moon. I had all the beauty there at the top, which really wasn't there yesterday. I didn't get to do that moonwalk kind of thing, which for me is a super big deal. If I could just do a hike walking on the moon like that, I think I'd really enjoy that kind of thing. So those were the two big ones. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I looked at my stats. This is just ridiculous. I did 12,000 steps. Whoa, right? And I did, it was 2.6, 2,600 something calories, which is like a typical day in the office for Craig. It's so, let that be a lesson. It's not all about calories and steps, because I definitely exerted a whole heck of a lot more than what the numbers show right there. So that, to me, that's just like, okay, watch out for that. Let's see. Okay, so tomorrow is the last day. And I checked, and I have I got just about like a 3 mile hike out. I think, was it 4? Let's see. No, 3 mile hike. 3 mile hike. Shouldn't take me long to do that at all. But I'm just under 7,000 feet right now. So I'm at we're about 6.9. I just checked that on the topo, and I need to go down to 5.7. So what is that? That's 3.3. I can't even do the math right now. 1.3. No, 1.2 thousand. Jeez. So I need to drop 1,200 feet tomorrow within those 3 miles. So, and I'm looking at the map. A lot of it's just kind of a nice gradual down, but then there's definitely some switchbacks involved, especially near the end. So that should be a really nice hike. Probably a little cold because I'll get out of here as quick as I can. I did talk to. I think that's it. Okay, that's the stats. So one thing I didn't tell you about is when I got to the river, or I was cleaning my feet and stuff like that, there was a guy with this huge backpack, full archery, bow hunting guy ready to go, and he's going up. And I was talking for him for a while, and it was pretty cool. And I told him where I was going, and he said, "Oh yeah, I was just up there, last time I was here, and I had to call my wife and everything, and when I was up there, because I had some personal stuff. It wasn't emergency related at all." And I said, "Really, you got cell coverage up there?" I said, "You must have Verizon." He says, No, I got AT&T. I got it. I'm like, oh crap! I forgot to check. I've literally given up on AT&T. And I was so stoked to be, on the moon walking. I just didn't even think about it. So to the family, I'm sorry I missed the opportunity, because I figure by now you haven't heard anything. You're wondering what the heck has happened to Craig, even though I told you I might not have cell coverage. So yeah, so that's it for today and for tonight. And hopefully you're looking for a good night's sleep. It's going to be a little chilly tonight. I kind of feel it in the air. So, but I think we'll be fine. And if not, we're still going to be fine, because tomorrow night I'm going to be in a warm bed. All right. Good night. Hike on.